if this was the journey that my life was taking, that I felt that things were going to be okay. And that, I had fulfilled my purpose.
But we came close to half of the House nearly dying on Wednesday.
You have all of those thoughts where, at the end of your life, and all of these thoughts come rushing to you. And that's what happened to a lot of us on Wednesday. And I thought I did not know if I was going to make it to the end of that day alive.
All right, guys. So Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, right, is back in the news. And this time it's because she is once again putting on a show for the show that is the January 6th hearings. Yeah, you guys know the hearings that they will continue to have every single year until Republicans take back power over what happened on January 6th, okay? And AOC went on Instagram to cry fake crocodile tears over her experience at the Capitol because allegedly these hearings are making her relive her traumatic experience that she may or may not had, right, at the time. Because AOC, when she initially told a story about her January 6th experience, made it sound like that she was actually in the Capitol, right? That she was actually in danger. However, when the real story came out, come to find out, AOC was actually not in the Capitol building that was being, overrun, whatever you want to call it. She was actually in the Capitol complex. She was in a building in her office that is in the Capitol complex, but not in the Capitol itself. That building was not under attack. Now, she was evacuated from that building because allegedly there was a bomb threat, and she was moved to another building where apparently she was freaking out in Congresswoman Katie Porter's office, right? Like, she was like hiding and stuff, like, going absolutely crazy, right? But a whole lot of people criticized AOC at the time because they said that AOC was exaggerating the level of danger that she was. She was trying to insinuate that she was in the Capitol and that Trump supporters were actively at her door, right, about to murder her, right? That's what she made it sound like. She basically said that she thought that she would be assaulted. And you guys know the word I actually really want to use. That's what she thought, okay? Now, at the time when she was saying this, and a lot of people on the right was getting on her for this, I actually low-key kind of came to AOC's defense just a little bit, because who am I to tell her whether or not she felt she was in danger, okay? I mean, she was in the vicinity, and there was a bomb threat in that building. Allegedly, a police officer came and escorted her out. I can definitely see how in that situation, she might have felt like she was in danger. However, I do think that she exaggerated, and I think that the show that she put on afterwards, and the fact that she used January 6th as an excuse to try to take away the Second Amendment rights of fellow Congress members, I don't like that, right? That's what I don't like about AOC and her testimony. And her coming out here and crying these crocodile tears over having to relive January 6th, while also at the same time bragging about blocking a bill to help protect the Supreme Court justices after the attempted assassination on Brett Kavanaugh, really shows you how fake and phony these politicians are. But hey, we already knew that AOC was fake and phony. I mean, she claims to be a Native American, right? She also claims to be black, and I believe she claimed to be Jewish as well too, right? So she got some Elizabeth Warren vibes going on here, in which they want to be transracial, right, for some reason. So AOC was asked by one of her crazy followers on Instagram how she is holding up from the January 6th stuff, okay, the hearing. And they asked, is it triggering? And this is what AOC said. She says, quote, "This hearing just started and there's already explosive information being released. On a personal level, I wasn't expecting it to feel like this, but that's how trauma works, right? You think you're good, but now so many of the sensations from that day are roaring back into my skin, my muscles, my bones. Whole body is clenched. We all have tools to handle moments like these. Breathe, mindfulness, etc. And the new information being revealed right now is a holy-ish moment. This is extremely traumatic. It is hard to feel hope, but to hear Republicans deliver this information makes me feel that maybe something will happen. We'll see. By Republicans, she actually really means people like Liz Cheney. People who aren't actually really Republicans anymore. They're actually really cheerleaders for Democrat parties who still claim to be Republican. But anyways, with that being said, let's go ahead and play this video of AOC tearing up. And I'm saying that loosely because I really don't see any tears here. But, you know, the article claims that there's tears. So I'm going to go with that. She's tearing up, trying to relive an event that she really wasn't at. Take a look.
I don't even know how long I'm going to be on live because I'm so angry. Having to relive that footage. And I know that it's not just me. This is everyone. Hello, everybody. In case you haven't seen the January 6th hearing, just replayed, or rather just played. And not only did they replay footage, but they revealed new footage from that day. And they revealed new information, shocking information like Republican members of Congress were seeking pardons before the insurrection, knowing what they were about to do. They replayed new footage from that day. They'll probably continue to replay footage. And again, I don't even know how long I'm going to be on live right now because I'm just angry. And I know that it's not just me. It's not about any one of us as individuals. This is about what happened to our country. And there is such a concerted right-wing operation to try to convince everybody that this didn't happen, that it wasn't a big deal. This was an attempted coup of the United States of America. An attempted coup.
Yeah, so I don't know about you guys, but I didn't see any tears there, okay? I did not see any tears. It looked like somebody who was trying to cry, right? She was trying to cry. She was trying to get the tears rolling. She just couldn't, right? Because she's not really hurt. So that being said, I'm probably not going to title this video AOC Cries, right, over January 6th. I'm probably going to title it AOC Melts Down or Cries Fake Tears or Tries to Cry over Reliving January 6th, okay? They'll probably be in the title because I don't see any tears there, okay? But with that being said, again, to me, this seems fake, right? This seems like she's trying to put on a show. She's trying to act like she really cares about this when reality is that she really knows that she wasn't in that much danger, and she's had to relive January 6th almost every single day if she watches mainstream liberal media. So again, it's not the first time that she's seen the things that she's seeing in Congress, right? We've all seen it. We're sick of it, right? That's why I believe that a lot of people will probably stop watching it, okay? Because it's uninteresting, it's boring, we're not going to find out anything new, and it's just a political witch hunt at this point, right? But in my opinion, the part of this that really, I think is the most hypocritical of AOC is the fact that, at least it seems like on the same day, right? She posted a video on Instagram bragging about blocking a bill that is meant to add extra security for the protection of the Supreme Court justices following the failed assassination attempt on Brett Kavanaugh. Take a look.
Okay, we're running. Oh my God. Ah!
All right, so boom. I'm going to try to tell you all the unanimous consent story from earlier today where you saw me running up the Capitol steps to stop the bad things from happening. So today's a flyout day. Cool, awesome. Flyout days are where members of Congress return to their communities, do community events, town halls, etc. We have the Puerto Rican Day Parade on Sunday, for example. But flyout days are also days of maximum hijinks from party leadership, both Democratic and Republican Party leadership. And the reason for that is that everyone's in a rush to get home so they can force deeply unpopular things to happen. Now, I wake up this morning and I start to hear murmurs that there's going to be an attempt to pass the Supreme Court supplemental protection bill the day after gun safety legislation for schools and kids and people is stalled. Oh, so we can pass protections for us and here easily, right? But we can't pass protections for everyday people? I think not. So I'm going to need a roll call vote on that. Because not only are they going to try to pass it, they're trying to pass it by unanimous consent so that it can slip on by with no one's name put on it. And that's not what unanimous consent is for. Unanimous consent is not to pass things quickly, to hide and prevent a politically difficult moment. If we're going to do it, let's do it. Put our name on it. Vamos. Put it on the floor.
All right, guys, so I want y'all to understand what AOC is saying here, okay? She's basically saying that she ran to the Capitol building to vote against protecting Supreme Court justices after an attempted assassination attempt on Brett Kavanaugh, okay? A bill, legislation that was passed in the Senate unanimously just 1 month ago. Okay, in response to left-wing protesters basically trying to intimidate Supreme Court justice, AOC is bragging about stalling that bill. That's what she's bragging about. There she is. I ran to the Capitol to stop Supreme Court justices from getting protection when somebody tried to assassinate one. Again, this is the same person, guys, that has spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on security. So they're trying to pass legislation to give them more security. And AOC says, no, I don't think so. Because the Democrats, in their, gun control or whatever they're trying to do, oh, well, that stalled out. So, I guess the Supreme Court, they don't need protection, right? The Supreme Court justices don't need protection. Again, this is the same person who uses her campaign donations to pay for her own private security, while at the same time advocating to defund the police, to not have protection and police in communities that are affected by so-called gun violence, right? They're affected by crime. People are losing their lives. She's like, well, I don't think you guys need police. But when it comes to her, she needs police, right? She boohoo whines and cries about feeling like she was in danger on January 6th. Okay? So much so to the point where she would try to take away the Second Amendment rights of her fellow Congress members. She's part of the same group of politicians that were more than happy to have extra security around the Capitol, to have a fence built around the Capitol. So AOC is more than happy with protecting herself, but when it comes to her political opponents, though, right? When it comes to people like Brett Kavanaugh, Supreme Court Justice, she don't agree with, well, I don't think they should have extra protection. Because of the kids, right? Because of the kids. She's trying to use these mass shootings as an excuse not to give the Supreme Court justices protection after somebody tried to assassinate one of them because of these left-wing protests, because of extremists like her in the party and their rhetoric. She's trying to use them as an excuse for something that has nothing to do with these kids. It doesn't have anything to do with mass shootings. Again, this is sick, right? This is absolutely disgusting. This is the low of the low. But again, unfortunately for Brett Kavanaugh and the Supreme Court Justice, they're not raising money. They don't have a bunch of campaign funds to pay for their own security like AOC does. So again, man, people like AOC, bro, the fakeness of these politicians, it never surprises me. It never ceases to amaze me. It really doesn't. AOC, I think, is going through an existential crisis in her life right now. I really do. I really think she needs to lay on somebody's couch because this woman is crazy. She is absolutely nuts. That's not something I would be bragging about on Instagram, to be quite honest with you, because these left-wing protesters and these extremists have become emboldened. And at some point, something really bad will probably happen, and I hope it doesn't, but it will. It probably will, and there will be blood on their hands. And they're going to put their hands up and say, oh, it wasn't our fault, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to look back and say, no, it was your fault, right? Because you let it happen and you guys play politics and you would not control the extremism in your party no matter how out of control it got. But hey, they don't really care. They'll never take responsibility for it. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.